everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Addict and today I am finally sitting down to update you all with a channel and life update video for the first time in I don't even know how long. It's June, it's the 2nd of June here today while I'm recording this video. Aiden is currently looking at me like, who are you talking to, mama? You want to come up and say hi? Full disclosure, this video is going to be, hello buddy. Fairly chaotic because my nanny was meant to come down and have this guy today while I made this video, but she just messaged me to say that she's sick and she can't come. Oh no, she's sick and she can't come. And I can't hold him while I record anymore because he's obsessed with my keyboard. But Aiden is here. Hopefully he'll just play with his toys and be happy. We'll see how we go. Anyway, yeah, how are you all doing? It's been a little while. I haven't uploaded like any videos in about a month. Not since I did my Hanson River Builder City Challenge tour, which by the way, thank you all so much for the support on those videos. That was really, really fun. Just such an amazing series for me to have the pleasure of recording, and the way it was received was really heartwarming and amazing, so thank you all for that. And then yeah, nothing. Nothing for the next few weeks. Nothing for the next month. What are you doing, Addict? What's going on? So basically what's going on is that things have been kind of difficult lately, kind of hectic, kind of crazy, and I'm going to catch you all up, give you all a well overdue life update and tell you what's been going on. Do you not want to be down there? How about if mummy stands up back here where you can't reach the keyboard? How about that? So let's start with this guy. This guy is now 11 months old, or he will be 11 months old on Sunday. So he is almost 1, if you can believe that, and he is just the biggest and just most delightful handful of a child ever. Yeah, that's right, you are a handful. You are a handful. He is so much fun. He is a delightful baby. He's doing really well. He's just started like almost toddling. So he's just, yeah, about to start walking pretty much. And he is just the best. He's the best kid. He's amazing. And as you can see, he is adorable. Yeah, so Aiden's doing well. He's got 4 teeth through. He's got 2 more really trying their best to come through. So he's just doing great. He's kicking goals. He's a really good kid. We have him sleeping through the night fairly consistently. We have his daytime schedule right now is like really good. He takes 2 naps a day fairly consistently, and usually one's sort of a longer nap and one's sort of a shorter nap. But then his bedtime is also really consistent right now. He goes to bed at like 7:30 at night, which gives me a few hours after he goes down to just relax, which is really good. And yeah, things with Aiden are great. So they are also very busy though. He is, as you just witnessed, a real handful. He likes my full attention a lot of the time. He can play by himself and everything, of course, when he's in the right mood, but he just woke up from his nap. So usually we have a little playtime together for a little while before I then sneak away to do something else. So, but yeah, he's a very good kid. But life has been really, really hectic and really crazy lately. There's been a lot going on. And so the biggest thing, and I guess there's no real way of saying this subtly, but the biggest thing is I am actually now 1 day away from being 13 weeks pregnant with baby number 2. So, yeah. I have been keeping a little secret for the last little while. There's a couple of people who know already, so if you were one of those special people, congratulations, I told you early. But yeah, I am just about done with first trimester, and we are going to be having another baby this year. We are due December the 9th, and we are, yeah, going to be joining the 2 Kids Under 2 club. Aiden will be 17 months old when his sibling is born. And we are excited and scared and all kinds of different things. But yeah, so let me tell you guys how that came to be. Basically, a few months ago, I was like, yeah, I think I'm ready to get pregnant again. We always wanted to have our kids close in age. My husband is turning 40 this year. I turned 31 in March, and particularly with him turning 40, I think he just really wanted to, we always wanted to have our kids close together. We want to get all the baby years out of the way kind of in one go. And so a few months ago, I was like, yeah, I think I'm ready to get pregnant again. This is like back in March. I was thinking to myself, you know, it'll probably take at least a month or 2, maybe 3 months to get pregnant. And spoiler alert, it did not take 3 months to get pregnant. It took 1 try. So yay us. Very fertile people apparently. Yeah, so it happened very, very quickly. And I was, to be honest, quite shocked and taken aback. I guess, I don't know, in my head I just had this expectation that, you know, maybe we would have secondary infertility, or maybe we would have some trouble getting pregnant again a second time, or, you know, it's meant to be hard to get to have a baby. Like, a lot of people struggle, and a lot of people it takes months and years, and or, you know, they can't get pregnant. And so I was like, yeah, no, it's going to take a while. But that was simply, for us, not the case. So I found out I was pregnant, I think it was like April 3rd or 4th. I'd been having symptoms for the last week. I knew I was pregnant. I had been having some cramping, and I was very hungry, and I was very emotional. And I knew it wasn't PMS because of the cramps. So since having Aiden, I used to get really, really horrible PMS cramps when I was like a younger woman, a teenager, and yeah, in my early 20s, particularly like the first day or so of like my actual PMS was horrible cramps. But since giving birth to Aiden, I didn't have any cramping at all. Any month that I'd had my visit, my monthly friend, it had been completely pain-free. When I got pregnant with Aiden, the first symptom I felt was some light cramping. And so I was feeling some cramping. Aiden, don't touch mummy's teapots. Rescued this teapot. It's fine. But yeah, so I knew. I was in denial about it. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. No way. No way. But at the same time, there was part of my brain going like, you are so pregnant. To the point where I started taking tests actually too early. I was a couple days out from my period being due, and I took a test. Like, my period was due on like the Monday or Tuesday. And I took a test back in the week before on like the Thursday, because I was getting so in my head, and I'm like, I'm sure, I think I'm pregnant. Test was negative. So I was like, okay, I'm either not. You know, maybe it's just my cramps coming back. Maybe my cramps have decided, oh, guess what? We're back. Because I had been warned that could happen as well. So I was like, it's either too early or my cramps are just coming back. So gave it a couple days. I ended up testing again on like the Saturday, which was negative again. And then I was like, okay, no more tests until you are past the point where you should get your period. And I'd been very regular since having Aiden, so I was like pretty sure that it was going to be, I can't actually remember which day it was supposed to be, Monday or Tuesday. But I was like, if it hasn't come by Tuesday, I will test again. Hadn't come by Tuesday, tested again, and it was a big fat double line, big fat positive. So yeah, I took it it was like first thing in the morning. I was in the bathroom, I took it, I just started laughing, went out, just showed my husband. I was like, babe, and then he started laughing and he was like, no way, and I'm like, yep. So the funniest thing about that was, in my head, I had actually sort of miscalculated. I'd been thinking that if we got pregnant in March, the baby would be born in January next year. But I was incorrect. I had miscalculated. Yeah, I had miscalculated, and Bubs is actually due in December, which was a huge shock when my doctor told me that. And I was like, what? Oh my God, this year? She's like, yeah, you're going to have a baby for Christmas. And I was like, okay. As with Aiden, I was very early. I was barely 4 weeks pregnant. So then it was just, you know, getting some blood tests to confirm the pregnancy and check my HCG levels, and all that kind of thing. And then it was just a waiting game of seeing through the first trimester, which I now basically have. Yesterday, I had an ultrasound, my 12-week ultrasound. In Australia, we tend to have an ultrasound around about 7 weeks pregnant to confirm the pregnancy and to see if you can see a heartbeat, and just sort of confirm viability, check that the baby's in the right spot, and everything seems to be going well at that early stage. It also gives you it's like a dating scan, basically. Then you have an ultrasound at around 12 weeks to check on development, check all the limbs are present and accounted for. They also check something called nuchal translucency, which is an early screening for chromosomal abnormalities, things like Down syndrome and other things. So I had that one yesterday. I haven't got the official results. I also had blood tests that goes along with it. I haven't got the official results from that scan yet. I will get that. Really? I will get those results officially from my doctor in a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, my doctor's really busy, so wasn't able to get in to see them next week. It'll be the week after when I will get those results, and I will just find out, officially what my risk factor is for all of that. But it should be pretty low. Sorry, what was I saying? So yeah, they check the nuchal translucency, which is a measurement of fluid, how much fluid is between like I forget now, is it like the spine and the skin or something? And my measurement that I was sneakily paying attention to as she took it on the screen was 1.8 millimeters. Anything under like 3.5 millimeters is considered very low risk, so I think we're fine. And everything looked good. There was brain activity, there was heart activity, there was 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 hands, a little face, and everything looks tickety-boo. So yeah, we're gonna have another baby. I'm gonna have another baby. I'm still like, it still doesn't, I know. I know. It still doesn't quite feel real, if I'm being completely honest. I've kind of been, I don't know if I've kind of been in denial about it, but it just hasn't quite felt real. That it's all actually gonna happen. It's all actually gonna like be seen through from start to finish, and I'm gonna have 2 kids. It just doesn't quite feel real. So, sorry, by the way, all the times I like pause and swallow, it's because I've got reflux. I have bad reflux, as I had with Aiden, which has led to me having a cough, which I can't get rid of as well, which is super annoying. I had that with Aiden too. But yeah, so first trimester is rough. First trimester is really hard. If you have been pregnant before, you know, and if you have had someone in your life be pregnant before, you probably know a little bit too. I have not been doing too badly with nausea. It's very similar with Aiden. I've had bad reflux, but I haven't really been, like, I don't tend to really vomit. I just feel kind of sick all day long. It's so much fun. And I have been absolutely bone weary, exhausted. Yay. So yeah, just so tired, so tired, and especially obviously taking care of this little guy all day long. So let me lower the camera so you can see his cute little face. Did the desk just move? What? I just realized I'm gonna squish his legs if I do that. Sorry, you'll have to just see the top of his head. Taking care of Aiden all day long, being pregnant in first trimester has been really hard. I have just been struggling a lot to do anything other than keep my son alive, keep myself alive, and keep the house relatively functional. I do still have my nanny, Bella, who is usually down a couple days a week. Obviously, she had to cancel today, but like lately when she's been here, I've literally just gone and laid down. Yeah, for a couple of weeks there, if he was napping, I was napping, you know. If I had a minute to relax or rest, I would relax and rest. I haven't had any energy to do pretty much anything else. So that's been my reality, and it gets to me. It's hard for me to not be able to do things. I get really down. Sorry about the noise, by the way, it's just his toy. I got really down in my first trimester with Aiden. Those of you who have been around for a while might remember I ended up seeking therapy, and I'm there again. I've actually just seen a new therapist again 2 weeks ago, just to connect in with someone to get some support for my mental health throughout this pregnancy journey and going into having 2 kids under 2. A lot of people have been very kindly telling me things like, you're crazy, you're insane, 2 kids under 2 is hell, it's so hard. We need to cut that out of the motherhood community, please. I know it's going to be hard, but actually I think it's also going to have benefits. And I think it's going to be really crazy, but also really fun in a lot of ways. But it gets to you, and it weighs you down, and there were a few weeks there when I was struggling to feel excited at all about being pregnant. And that just felt awful. Like, there's so many people in this world who would give anything to be pregnant. And here I am, and I am pregnant, and I'm like barely excited. Like, that's horrible. It's a horrible way to feel. So yeah, there were a few weeks there where I was struggling to feel any positive emotion at all associated with this pregnancy. Like, I was so tired and so sick all the time, and that sucked. And everyone was telling me that, Aiden, oh, you better be a bit careful. And then, you have people telling you that you've made a bad decision, so then you start thinking Sorry about the guitar, that's my son again. So then you start thinking to yourself, like, have I made a bad decision? Am I insane? Am I stupid? You're playing guitar, buddy. Good job. And add to that you're feeling exhausted, nauseous all day long, every day, barely surviving. And it's hard. I struggle a lot with first trimesters. Thankfully, as I said, I am now basically 13 weeks. So first trimester, depending on who you talk to, sort of ends around this point, either when you hit 13 weeks or when you hit 14 weeks. But I'm basically through it, and I can tell starting to feel like myself again. But that said, we've also been going through a lot of other illnesses in this household lately, which has been really, really hard as well. So not last week, but the week before, Aiden caught a virus of some description. It was not COVID. It was just some type of really bad viral infection, which I then caught. Both of us had 3 days of fevers. So high temperatures, like 38, 39 degrees Celsius, or like 100, 102 Fahrenheit, for 3 days straight, which was horrible. We were really, really sick, both of us. There were a few sleepless nights there because Aiden couldn't sleep, I couldn't sleep. One night I had a migraine as well. Like, I had a temperature of 39.5 that particular night, and I got a migraine. So that was just horrendous, and it was 3 straight days of fever, and then it took another couple of days after that to recover from that. Thankfully, Paul, my husband, did not get that virus. But then this week just gone, we had a tummy bug pass through the house, which was horrendous as well. Paul got it on Saturday, and he was really sick Saturday and Sunday. I got it on Monday. I was really sick Monday and Tuesday. Aiden's had it a little bit, but he hasn't had it as bad as my husband and I. For both Paul and I, we were vomiting and unable to keep food and water down for a full 24 hours. Aiden's just had the runs. All of us have had the runs, but Aiden's only had the runs, and he was a little bit funny with food and sort of off his food for a day or two as well. That was awful. That was really horrible. It's really scary to not be able to eat or drink anything when you are pregnant and breastfeeding. I was like freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, my milk's gonna dry up and my little unborn baby's gonna die and everything's just gonna, this is horrible. And I hate to vomit as well. Like, I'm quite proud of the fact that I don't tend to vomit much while I'm pregnant, but that day on Monday, I vomited like 4 or 5 times. It was horrendous. Like, I could not, like, water would touch my stomach and I'd be like, ooh. And I was trying to take care of Aiden all day. I was on a solo parenting day, and it got to about, I think it was like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I rang my husband and I was like, can you get home as soon as possible, because I am dying. Like, I tried to feed Aiden lunch. Aiden wasn't sick at that point. I tried to feed him lunch, and just the smell of the food, it was, oh my God, it was so bad. So that's been really hard. Another thing making life really hard and crazy right now, like on top of all the appointments and therapy visits and everything else that's been going on, has been Paul, my husband, has been really, really, really busy with work, and we've been working together on catching up his business books. I'm kind of like his unofficial bookkeeper now, and he's had some overdue... What are you doing? Yeah, he's had some overdue bookwork that we've been working together to catch up. We've been seeing a new accountant, and we are working towards doing a complete restructure of his business, which will hopefully lead to a point where he can hire an employee officially, because right now... So for anyone who doesn't know, my husband runs his own business. He runs his own IT company, and it's just him. He's a one-man show, and what that means is that he can't really ever take time off. Like, whenever we go away, he's still working, you know, any holiday, bringing a new baby into the family, anything like that. Like, he can't actually really take time off because it's all him. And if he stops working, the business stops running. So that's been taking up a lot of my time. And yeah, he's just been extremely busy lately. Like, he's been doing these crazy long days. You know, he'll get home maybe like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but then he'll be working until like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, just at home in his office on other things. So he's been extremely busy too, which has been hard. You know, there's been nights where I've been like, can you please just take an hour to take Aiden so I can cook dinner? Because cooking dinner with a baby trying to crawl up your legs and crying at you is really hard. So, and I stress out about cooking. I don't like cooking. I don't enjoy cooking. So then, like, add to that a baby screaming at me, and I'm just like, I'm gonna lose my mind. Anyway, So he's been really, really busy. Our weekends lately have been really busy. If you've been around for a while, you might remember that I joined a mum's group when I was pregnant with Aiden, and all of those babies have been turning 1 over the last sort of month or so. So half of them have already had their first birthdays, and the other half, which were born around when Aiden was born, have their first birthdays come July. So every weekend lately we've been out at birthday parties for little 1-year-olds, which is probably a little bit why we've been getting sick so often. Little germ factories they are. But yeah, life has just been hectic, and I have been struggling, and I have been sick, and I have been pregnant, and I haven't been able to talk about it, which sucks. But I guess the good news is we're coming through it. And yeah, like I've started to feel like myself again this last couple of days, like since getting through the tummy bug. Yeah, I started feeling better again sort of Wednesday, and now it's Friday, and yeah, I'm starting to feel a bit more human again and a bit more like myself again. I'm starting to feel a bit of my old energy and optimism and a lot more of those things that make me feel like me, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of character traits that I just lose, I think, when I'm pregnant, because I'm just like so grumpy, hormonal and hungry and sick. So yeah, getting through the first trimester has just been like in the back of my mind, just like, you know, once you get through it, you'll feel better. Just get through first trimester, you'll feel better. Just keep going, you'll feel better. It'll get easier. You'll be okay. But it's been really hard. That's where I'm at. That's where I've been. That's why there's not been much content on the channel lately. Because things have just been really hectic, things have been really hard, and I've been really struggling mentally and physically, and yeah. How have you guys been? So what does this mean for the channel moving forwards? I mean, obviously, there's gonna be content out when I can get it out. There's a lot of things, there's been so many videos that I've wanted to make, so many things that I've wanted to comment on. I've wanted to do an update video on all the Life by You news that's been coming out, and all their little shorts and tidbits they've been releasing. I have opinions on that game that I want to share. I've got a list of Sims 2 videos that I want to do. I wanted to continue my Sims 3 series. I wanted to continue playing The Sims 4 Growing Together. And that has been like 3 months since I did that, and it just hasn't happened. And like at the moment, I honestly barely have time to even sit down at my computer. Honestly, like I barely actually sit down at my computer these days at all, unless I am live streaming. And I have been able to keep up my live streaming ish. I've been a little shaky with my live streaming. So to my Discord community and to my Twitch audience, and those of you who watch me on live stream, I hope this makes a little bit more sense now as to why I've been really tired at nighttime when I'm trying to stream, and I'm like just yawning constantly, half dead. And I'm sorry for being a bit inconsistent, but it's been really hard. Yeah, so I've got all these videos that I want to make, and I just haven't had time or opportunity, because yeah, when these days, or like pretty much for the last month or two, when my nanny has been here, which is usually my recording time, I've either been sleeping or at an appointment, or at an ultrasound or a doctor's appointment, or I've been working with my husband on his bookkeeping, or like there's just been so much going on, and it's just been really intense. So obviously when bub number 2 arrives, there's not going to be any content whatsoever for a couple of months, and then, you know, maybe moving forwards I even have to take like a year off. I don't know what my life's going to look like. I understand that life is going to be really hectic with a newborn baby and a 17-month-old. I get it. I don't need you all to tell me, okay? I know it's going to be hard. If you have any positivity to share with me in the comments, please feel free. But yeah, so I don't know if I might end up taking a whole 6 months off or longer. We'll just have to see what life looks like and see how we go. But oh, buddy, don't hit your head. Don't hit your head, silly boy. You want to come up? Oh, he's back. But yeah, so that's the update. The channel will... What are you doing? The channel will hopefully not die, but we'll have to just see how we go. Oh god, now you've got the mouse. Oh god. Aiden, can you like try to cause less chaos for once in your life? Oh, he just knocked over my glass of water. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this video here. I love you all. I hope to see you all soon in actual Sims content videos. I hope that this update has been enjoyable to watch, and I hope that it explains. Yeah. Oh, you just spilled water all over some really important letters. This is my fault for not being more careful with like letting Aiden sit up here. At least you didn't spill my tea. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to go. I love you all. Take care, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.